Here's what my favorite crypto and stocks expert are buying and selling this week. Let's check it out. By the way, welcome to this video. Okay, let's get it.
I'm gonna put you up on some game. RGTI is a quantum computing stock that many have been playing for the rinse and repeat. This one is more of a hot play because quantum computing is not yet where it can be in the future. Quantum computing is so powerful in its idea that once they crack the code, it's going to be able to crack basically all codes. So this is something that the government of the United States are in talks about, but now they're denying it, even though we know how the government is. Sometimes they'll do something and then act like it never happened. Let's take a look at this. RGTI is currently $39. The market cap of the company is $12 billion, but once they finally crack the code on quantum computing, this one can be significantly higher. No guarantees on that. That's not how the stock market works. We already know that. But look at this. Quantum computing stocks, and this is according to CNBC, are higher after the Trump administration is still in denial about equity talks, aka buying into them. They're saying that Trump's administration is denying them and saying that we are not currently in the talks, but the talks were that they were going to try to get a $10 million equity position, which is a small position, but enough to get you some say-so in these companies. Of course, governments want influence in companies like that, so it just makes sense. And why are people interested in it, even though the government is now currently denying, even though they could be lying, that they don't want to get into that? Because last time that we heard about the government getting into a stock, that was Intel. And let's switch over and take a look at Intel. Intel just a month ago was $23, and today it's trading at about $39, if not $40. So it's almost doubled up from where it was. And people are saying, yeah, I ain't missing out on the next train. So I understand why people are still focused on it if they believe the government isn't ready yet, but they will get into it because they're seeing the opportunities of making money with something like that.
You got Kramer every 5 minutes, every single day, saying that this is trash. Quantum computing is trash. You need to go with these bigger companies. And, you know, he is right. There is no revenue, guys. There's no revenue on these companies. But I wrote them. Why did I write them? And I know you guys are going to ask, yeah, Larry, but why did you buy? Why did you hold them? Because I saw the momentum, Josh. I saw the momentum that people were piling in, and you can see the volume and the momentum. So as long as there were momentum, I stayed in the trade. When I got over 100% in Rigetti, I started to sell. But guess what? The people were piling in, momentum was piling in. So I stayed, and then it went to 200. And then I thought I was going to sell. Then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. At one point, I was up 800%. I took some gains. And then QUBT, I got in and rolled that up 1,700%. That was insane. But one of the things I'm not going to do, Josh, is overstay my welcome, even though I believe in quantum computing, but just not this much, this quick. So I wrote it up. It was a swing trade, and then I wrote it down. And you have to know the difference between a swing trade and an investment.
My favorite stocks to hold for a decade. Question is, how should I pick those? Well, there are stocks that have been leading the market for all of 2025. I'm going to break down 3 categories of stocks that you shouldn't have been ignoring because a lot of these have gone up a minimum of 80% and as much as close to 1,000%. And if it's been a winner in 2025, it's likely, if it pulls back, to be something worth buying because it may turn out to be a winner for 2026 as well. So this cheat sheet breaks stocks into 3 categories. I shared this with my Discord in my Welcome to the Discord video this last Saturday. We're going to continue to deep dive this and talk about the companies on this list, but let me just talk about some of the ones I obviously like. And here's what I want you to consider as I go through these. Do you have any of these? Are you investing in any of these? These have been proven winners for the last couple years. The first one is going to be defined as clear market leaders. These are the go-to names leading the market forward. You've got your Hood, you've got your CoreWeave, you've got your Palantir, you've got your Alibaba, your Oracle, and your SoFi. This section of stocks is up between 80 to 300% in 2025. Now, your second level, these are going to be your next gen leaders. These are going to be a bit more speculative. These are the ones that folks think are coming up next to be in the market leader segment. These are young, high growth stocks with huge potential. This is where you're going to get your APLD, your HIMS, your Tempest AI. Those are the ones that I happen to like on this chart. Now, all of these have gone up between 120 to 550% in 2025. So even though they're up and coming, they have performed well so far. Now, your last group, and you don't want all of your picks that you're going to hold for 10 years to be in this last group, but you definitely don't want to be ignoring these. These are your future speculative leaders. But the way that I want you to understand these is that this group are story stocks, stocks that are built on nothing but the hopes and dreams of the shareholders. It's low fundamentals, but a ton of momentum. Often the retail trader is caught up in the group of story stocks. Now, I personally follow the charts, but I do love a good story. Now, the stocks in this category that I like are going to be Oklo, BMNR, MP, QBTS, Open Door Underdog, and the QURE. Those are ones that I like and I've been trading actively in 2025. Now, for me personally, I've only put stocks in that first category of market leaders in the hold only section of my portfolio, and the others continue to be in the swing trade section. And as I get into one of the quantum stocks that has been on everyone's radar today with this new news, and you look at the chart, you're going to see why. But here's the main point I want you to take away. There's going to be future Apples and Googles and Teslas in this watch list of market leader, speculative leader, and next gen leader stocks. Many of these are going to go up 1,000% in the next decade.
Here's one that is currently looking like it wants to push up for the remainder of the year. And this is an easy one. It's ticker symbol GOOGL, Google, aka Alphabet A. It's currently $250 right now. You can get a fractional share on most of these apps, where if you don't got $250, then what you could do is you could get $10 of a stock. Don't let people say you got to be rich to buy stocks. That's not true. You could get $5 of a stock. Now, some apps you could get $1 of a stock and work your way up to building a full share. But Google, let's look at the numbers right now. Their price to earnings, and I know when I say phrases like this, you're thinking, man, I don't really get that. The price to earnings is how you compare one company to the next, and you want the number to be lower. Their price to earnings is about 26, which means that's the price of the stock compared to what the company earns. And it looks at it, and then you look at another company's PE, like your Microsofts, like your Facebooks, and what you want is for this one to be lower than them. And Google has one of the lowest PEs of the big tech stocks. And long story short, whenever you see a PE, just compare multiple companies together that are similar, and the one that has the lower PE is looking like it's the one that's more on sale than the others. That's the simple way to use it. I know people like to complicate it. And for that reason, I've been buying Google. And I'll show you my position right here. I like to be the most transparent person over on YouTube. When Google is at $250, this position is up $195,000. We just recently hit the home run, aka 100% profit on Google, and now just today it made $1,900, but almost $200K just from one stock, family. This is the power of the stock market. This is the power of buying Google every Friday, buying Google at least every month, buying Google again and again and again, and not stopping. It go up, I buy it. It go down, I buy it, because Google is a good company. And here's something else I wanted you to see.
All right, we're going to go in and take a look at XRP. Take a look at XRP. Go into the crypto, go to Coinbase, boom. So you guys know we have a decent candle. Got a decent candle today. Got a green candle. Not a great candle, got a green candle. This is the line that I'm still watching for. $2.29. We confirm below there. I think we're going to dip pretty hard. If we stay above there, I think we could absolutely rally. What I'm watching for is the 5 to take out the 13, and then, folks, get excited. I'm probably loading up. I made up my mind that I want to get aggressive with this crypto. In other words, with this cobweb right in front of me, I'm not done buying. I've decided that I want to take some chances. So for those who are in, for those that are in here watching me on the Discord, get excited. We have a lot of big moves coming. I decided that I'm actually going to increase my crypto exposure. But that doesn't mean that I won't sell. And there's a lot to look at for that. And I want this to look like a head and shoulders, an inverse head and shoulders. I want this to be the left shoulder, the head. I want the right shoulder to form, and I want to come up here, have the 5 cross. If that happens, I am loading the boat. I am going to be taking big time risk. I'm talking leverage risk, and of course in this portfolio, I will be just doing the normal purchasing. There's no leveraging in this one. This is my retirement account. And so I just do everything minus TMF. I know you're going to say TMS 3 times leverage. I know. But for the most part, you're going to see normal plays. More stocks coming to you as well. You can see the daily on this support right here held. We confirmed below there, which I got to be blunt, would have made me think that this is it. We're gonna dip, but we held. We held right here on this support. It did it. It held and pushed back up. Now we're coming down, getting higher low. If we can get up and break this line right here, and I'll put it, I'm going to be, if we get a candle that finishes right above there, I am going to be absolutely stoked. And I believe we're going to start running in a serious manner. I think October's almost over. It's been ugly, a lot of pain. Just hold your nose, get through it. We're not done, folks. But when that 5 crosses at 13, get really excited. Go over and take a look at Ethereum. Let's just go through the big 4 real quick. Make sure everybody's up to date. Same situation. All right, got the left shoulder, got the head here. Kind of was forming. Then we just had a retest. We definitely need to push back above 36.79 to feel good. We're not there yet. We're not there, or not 36. What do we got? 38.70 roughly. We'll say 38.80. Get back above 38.80, then I'll feel all warm and fuzzy. Get the 5 crossing the 13. Look out 2 times leverage for me. And that's what I'm looking at for that. Go to Bitcoin. Let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing what Bitcoin does, leading the way. You got a new lower low over here. It wasn't good. And we are starting to move slightly higher. A new higher low right here. And then we got a new lower low. Now we're starting to move back up. Look what the 5's doing. 5 is getting aggressively close to the 13. Cross that, which I think we will. I think we're going to go back above. The main resistance is right here. This is 110.7. We got to take that out with a closing candle. The 5 will then eventually cross the 13. And last time we had that happen right here, look where we went. 113 all the way up to 126. $13,000 increase. I think we can repeat that kind of gain. So let's go ahead and see that happen. Get over to Solana. Woo, not the one I want. Go over to Solana. Solana. Boom. Same situation. Aggressive candle. Got to push back up to 199. Got to get up to that $200 mark. The 5 will cross the 13. Then we can start battling the 50 EMA.
So those are some great insights into what some of my top and favorite crypto and stocks experts are going to be buying, holding, or selling. And I've personally picked 1 or 2 that I think I am definitely going to be jumping into, and some that I'll be getting out of based on some of the information I've received from these guys. So shout out to Josh, Stocks with Josh. Shout out to Keenan Grace, to Larry Jones, Stock Up with Larry Jones. Shout out to Stock Mo and all the other guys that we're learning from. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if you're going to be buying, holding, or selling any of these that were mentioned in the video. And as usual, if you're new to the video and you enjoyed it, kindly like the video and also consider subscribing to the channel so that you can keep up to date with more videos as they come out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.